So, what's up, Internet? It's your boy Chandler, aka the True Dark Magician. And I'm back again for another edition of Sitting Across From Me Is. And today, I've got Taylor from the Joe Kubert School of Art. Taylor is an amazing artist. I met him while walking around Anime Boston Fan Expo. We got to talking, and he just seems like he's got an amazing story to tell. So rather than the back and forth with a bunch of questions, because I didn't have time to prepare, this is more like an impromptu thing. Taylor, tell me about your decision to be an artist and what led up to that, and like what were some of the better points of going to school and being an artist?
I always knew I loved drawing, and I loved comics. And I think you always hear about the starving artist, and a lot of people, when you bring up, oh, I want to be an artist, you get kind of a negative reaction, and that for a long time really scared me away from pursuing comics as my career. And I bounced around a lot. I went to a traditional college, and I changed my major several times. And the entire time I had this feeling of just dread of like, I really don't know what I want to do, but in the back of my mind I did, I knew I wanted to be. And it was during the COVID pandemic, I had a refresh breaking point, and I realized, life is short, and I really want to pursue my dream, and I had to essentially just not care about what anyone apply for your and I found that it was only an hour away, and that made it very accessible. So I was very, very lucky about that. And as soon as I made that decision to pursue my career, I never regretted it. I graduated about a month ago, and it was the best 3 years. I really can't be more grateful that I had the opportunity to take amazing movies.
What were some of the things you studied while you were at Kubert School?
So we do, everything is drawing. So a lot of art programs you have to take, like gen eds. This is not that. So this is Kubert School is purely drawing, and we study everything from fundamental drawing skills to advanced comic book storytelling, and we have classes that are dedicated to just penciling, inking classes, lettering classes. So you pretty much learn the whole process of making a comic, even writing. So it's a curriculum that caters to people that they are doing.
And what were some of your favorite things about the school? What got you out of bed? What got you out of bed and got you in the classroom on a daily basis?
For me, it was always really exciting when I was working on an assignment that I was really proud of, and so every single day we would have group critiques where we show our work, and then the teacher would critique it, and then students would chime in and we would discuss working on it. And the days where I had an assignment that I was really proud of, I really was excited to go to that day and show it off. And then the days where I had an assignment that I was less proud of, those were the harder mornings. But really just getting the teachers to that was always cool. With drawing and art, it's all about improving and making mistakes and learning from those mistakes. And it's okay to make those mistakes, and it's expected that you're going to make mistakes. No one is coming to the school. If you were already a professional, perfect artist, you wouldn't have any need to be it already. So the teachers are all professionals in the industry, and getting to know them, making friends with them, making friends with their classes, really made it very good.
Okay. You mentioned some of your teachers were or professionals working in the industry. Can you think of any teachers that have done anything of note?
Yeah, absolutely. Tom Andre, one of my favorite teachers, significant piece of artist. He did Batman, Queen of the Avengers, Grid, Black Mask. He also did a solo run on Spectre, which took a long time, Swamp Thing. He did
Love Swamp Thing.
Yeah, and his Swamp Thing. He did Russian Manhunter, and also James Buckman, very famous solo. And it's a nice lady, and Fernando Ruiz, and there's so many more. I mean, it's always really. Before I went to the school, I had never even known any comic artists, and then to be all of a sudden be in daily contact with these people that had such amazing leaders. Even President I'm always going to his events, and I'm looking for a very strong Batman, Superman. It just feels so cool.
Now, you mentioned you graduated early this year. What is some of the process to go through to get to graduation? I remember I've seen a bunch of videos like Dan Harmon. No, not Dan Harmon. I'm blanking on the name. The man who like did Really Odd Parents and Tough Puppy and Danny Phantom. He mentioned going to art school, and the whole process was you show up and draw, you show up and draw, you show up and draw, and then after 3 or 4 years, then you graduate. There's got to be more steps in between that to getting from entering the school to graduating, right?
I'd say honestly, it's pretty straightforward. To apply to the school, you need to submit an application and you show your portfolio, which is just kind of whatever work you have. You're not expected to have a professional career, obviously. But then you go through an interview process, and I think a big part of it is just proving your commitment to it is a very just be career path. A lot of people, unfortunately, don't make big names themselves. You really got to work hard to get to a professional level. So, but I think the thing that's most important is your attitude, because you can start pretty much at ground zero in terms of your disabilities, with the right attitude and with an open mind, you can learn, and if by the end of 3 years you're ready to get out into the field, then great. But a lot of the times, even if it's not the case, the attitude will pull you forward, and going through school will propel you so far past where you would be if you do so, and then a few more years.
All right, and once you graduated, you mentioned you were one of the lucky ones that was able to get work in not just like in a third, fourth tier publisher title, but you went to work for Marvel.
To DC. So something that is pretty new is our president Anthony Marcos. He started a production studio, and our sole client is DC Comics, and we will whatever needs they have, and it's a lot of different projects. But the main project I like to talk about is the DC Alum comics. So DC put out a line of cartoons, and if you're familiar, they are the comics that you read by scrolling vertically on the phone, so it's just panels stacked on top of each other. So my job, and along with a few other classmates, was to take those panels and rearrange them into comic pages to essentially create a genuine comic book experience. And that was a lot of fun because it gave us a lot of creativity in designing these pages, and we got to work with different characters. It was interesting too, because the process of working on these books was extremely similar to the way we would handle our school assignments, where they would give us a job, describe it, and then we would have to execute it, and then they would there's a phase where they would look at it and we would feedback, and then we have to implement it, which is the same exact process that homework in schools implement.
So they clearly did prepare you for life in the real world.
Absolutely. I think my favorite way to describe the school is it's a simulation of being a commercial person.
And what are some of the things you're working on now?
Right now, I'm still working on my portfolio. I'm working on sample pages for mobile, which is an opportunity to use this in the third year of the school to meet with a lot of editors from all the companies, so editors from Apple and DC, and just like creators and just come to the school and look at the sample portfolio. And it's an introduction to them, and definitely to and so I'm continuing to build my portfolio to get hired by one of those companies. But at the moment, I'm still working on the production stuff, as you can see, and I'm also fortunate enough to collaborate with one of my former people for many years, and I've been inking and coloring and
And where can people find your work online?
You can find me on Instagram at Lenaz Kubert. I also have a website, Alum, but
Links in the description below. Well, thank you so much for being with me today, Tyler.
Thank you.
It was nice talking to you.
Great talking to you.
Keep up the good work, man. I have a good feeling about you. Bye, Internet.